Welcome to the Cogiscan booth. I'm delighted to be joined by Mitch de Caire, who's the Director for Equipment Partnerships. Nice to see you again, Mitch.
It's great to see you, Trevor. How are you?
Great. I'm great. So, new job title since we last met. You seem to, it looks like Cogiscan has broken down their sales activities into three areas. Can you maybe explain each of these three areas that you have?
Yeah, sure. So, I changed jobs about a year ago now. I'm responsible for one of the facets of our business, which is focused on serving the capital equipment OEMs in this industry. We have two other branches, one being direct sales and channel sales to end users, so our traditional selling of track, trace, and control and connectivity projects and systems integration projects to the actual manufacturers. And then the third branch is strategic alliances with other software companies. So between the channel sales and the software partnerships and the equipment partnerships, those represent our three main facets of business. And so I'm in charge of the equipment partnership program now.
So I mean, Cognix typically produces middleware. Yes, which Cogiscan. Sorry, did I say?
Okay.
Let me say that again.
People call us Cognix.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll say that bit again. You're going to have to edit it out.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Cogiscan typically produces middleware, which sits between the machine vendor's software and the MES system or the line control software that people are using. So that must be a huge area for you, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our background and where we come from is in track, trace, and control, which started out being very focused on the raw materials going through the factory, making sure you had the right material in the right place at the right time to build the product correctly, getting into traceability and process control solutions. And those types of applications really led us into developing a library of different types of adapters to harvest information from all the different types of equipment that you see in an electronics factory. And now with Industry 4.0 and our customers striving to develop smarter, more intelligent factories, they really see an opportunity to leverage this data that we're capable of collecting to implement smarter factory floors and more intelligent machines. So they're putting pressure now on the equipment vendors to come up with more IT-based options and solutions for the smarter factory of the future. And that's where our equipment partnership program comes into play. These are areas that we've been working on for many years. And the types of requirements that the equipment OEMs are facing now very much align with what we've been doing. So that's why more and more equipment companies now are choosing to work with us to provide smarter, more intelligent software-based solutions to their end users. And the advantage for them is it helps them differentiate their offering. It helps them keep up with their customers' requirements for smart factory. And in doing so, it deepens their technological footprint at their existing installations. Yeah.
I can see that it'd be a massive help to them, because a lot of these equipment manufacturers, every time they make a sale, they would have to write a patch to be able to integrate with what the manufacturer was already using. So if they can connect to using Cogiscan to be that middleware in between, that's going to save them a lot of time and a lot of repetitive work, unfortunately. Many of these companies, though, have a lot of legacy equipment in the factory. So where does Cogiscan come in there? Can you connect to any of the legacy machines that are already in there?
Yeah, and that's where our background in doing this for so many years comes in handy. Through our background with traceability projects, we've again developed that library. So many of our adapters are available for legacy machines, and if you go to a typical factory, there's multiple vendors, equipment on the lines. There's different model numbers, different vintages of machines. So if you want to have a holistic approach to controlling the shop floor, having visibility of what's going on, and feeding data from the line to learning systems like adaptive systems or artificial intelligence-based solutions, you need that data regardless of which machine it is. And so the history we have in having these adapters enables us to provide a solution that's capable of handling different vintages of machines, different brand names, different models.
I assume you won't be able to pull an awful lot of information off of some machines, but you'll be able to access whatever it has essentially, and help to bring it into the modern systems.
Absolutely, and with our equipment partners, a lot of them are opening up their systems more and more to provide access to a richer scope of data. And that's in direct response to what the market's telling us we need to do. I mean, we have a lot of the large contract manufacturers, a lot of the large OEMs, they're working on software systems that are going to truly be learning on their own. And in order to feed those systems, we're now being asked to feed data into these types of systems that we previously weren't collecting, I should say. So in a lot of cases, our existing adapters are constantly being improved, and we're becoming much broader in scope based on what our customers are asking us to deliver to them.
I can totally see that. I mean, again, if you follow the Cisco philosophy, it's what do you capture? Capture everything.
Absolutely, yeah. They want all the data, and then sometimes they're not sure yet what they want to do with it, but they just know they want to capture everything. And one thing I find very interesting about this equipment partnership program is that, working with the different partners that we have, it's very refreshing. They're all forward-thinking companies. They want to respond to these types of requests from customers, and they really do want to enable what Industry 4.0 is all about. It's not just marketing; they're really coming out with solutions. And one thing I find very interesting about it is each of the different partner companies we work with, they have very different needs. Some of these equipment companies are really traditional machine makers. They don't necessarily have a big software team. They have great machines, great equipment, but they don't necessarily have a huge team of software people to come up with these types of features and options. So in a case like that, we can provide a lot of services to those types of partners. There's also some of the bigger capital equipment companies that we work with who have their own very robust software solutions, so working with them is very different. We're not there to in any way compete with their existing systems. We're there to augment it. So they'll come to us to fill a certain gap or to integrate to a specific MES system that one of their customers has or something like that. So there's a lot of variety in terms of how we're serving each of our equipment partners, and that makes it very interesting and a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, it must be a very exciting time for Cogiscan.
It is.
It is,
yes,
okay.
It really is.
Yeah, Mitch, I want to thank you for giving us an overview of what's happening and the new developments here, and thanks for joining us today.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.